Unlike all victims, I have a written and signed confession from my abuser. Woke me up, take me to another room, and do things that no child should ever have to experience.
The money rooted evil. Niggas will lay you down for that cash. Bust through your dough, bust through your glass. Put you on the floor, ask me amigos. Bum Lijon, if you speak fucking Creole. Fry ass like Rio, drop it like T.O. Steak ass like Neo, I be going E.O. Never in the trio. Stack your paper up, put it in the cup. No, if you buck, chuck, if you duck. Never know what's up, what's a lion to a cub. Money come and go, better learn when you choke. Don't be a fool, just use your tool. I'm not being friendly, I'm just being cool. I'm like Drake, I'm in my feelings too. I'm about to Harlem shake, I'm about to kill him, ooh. Money in my cup, I'm about to sip.
What up, gang? What up, gang? What up, gang? It's your girl, the baddest, and I'm back with the bag, you feel what I'm saying? So, today I'm gonna be reading and reacting to some sexual abuse stories that I have here on my phone. If anybody that's new or don't know, I do have a video on my channel that has my story of my sexual abuse that I went through. If everybody here could do me a favor, like this video, comment below, please subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. If you have any ideas on videos that you would like for me to do, please comment those ideas below and get right into it. Okay, first story is Robin Steinberg. When I was a young teenager, my best friend at the time came to me and told me that her pastor was doing things to her he should not be doing. She made me promise not to tell, but even at 14, I knew that was a promise I could not keep. I told my mother, who confronted the man. I watched as my young teenage friend was actually blamed for causing this man to fall into sin. This was the label she lived with then and still live with to this day in the eyes of some people. Very shortly thereafter, I found out that another man I absolutely idolized had done the same thing years later. I found out that another dear friend of mine was actually one of his victims. As a young girl, my world was turned upside down because of what had been done to my friends. I realize now that telling was the best thing I could have done at the time. However, and as an adult, I am passionate about doing more, doing whatever I can do to prevent this from happening to young girls and boys, taking the power away from the monsters who preyed on them. But when it does, helping ensure that these kids are able to report the crime and move on to their own healing. My reaction to that story is that I wish, I was able to tell somebody, that would tell for me, like how she told me. But then in the story it says that she was frowned upon. Like, is this, I don't know, is this some type of polygamy situation or a Catholic situation? I don't know what type of issue that is that people look down upon you coming out and telling something about your abuse and saying that she still lives in this, situation for until this day, that people still look and tell her that she made this man fall into sin. I don't know how people even listen to that. You know what I'm saying? She did, like she said, she did the best thing she could have done, which is told. And I just wish I could have told somebody else and I had to do it myself, because a long time I didn't really understand. So I just was until I started hearing other people's story like this to know, okay, that's wrong. This is what's happening to me, you know, however. So, okay. Next story is Kenneth Moore. When I was 15 years old, my parents and I were groomed by William Connor, said that he could repeatedly rape me until I was 15 years old. Because sex, let alone sexual abuse, was not talked about in our home. I said nothing about what happened to me. During and self-destruction behavior were my ways of coping. After 20 years of trying to bury my past, it took nearly ending my life for me to reach out for help. I now want to help prevent others from suffering as I have and help other survivors get the help they need. So my reaction to his story, William Connor, I don't know who that is. I don't know, because, you know, a lot of, you know, I was watching Escaping Polygamy, so a lot of this type of things, it kind of seemed like it was some type of polygamy situation, but I don't know who William Connor is. That is crazy. He groomed the whole family, like he groomed him and the parents for them to let him do that. Like, how manipulative can they be? That's like crazy. Yeah, but that is like really crazy, and that's a male that had sexual abuse story. Next story, her name is Joy Ryder. At least 1,000,000 times I have asked myself that question. The question that haunted and terrified me. The question that lurked in every corner of my mind. Should I tell? Should I tell someone that my youth pastor was abusing me? Should I tell someone that he raped me? That question just brought on more questions. Would anyone believe me? Could anyone care? Would they look at me differently from here on out? Would they judge me? Would they call me names? Would they say I asked for it? Would someone believe me and help me? I was a mess. I was sick, and I wanted it all to go away. It was so much to tell. I just knew people wouldn't believe it. But of course, it didn't go away. And I finally told. I came out of the shadows of my own fears, shame, and displacement guilt. And it was the best decision I ever made. My reaction to this story, when she said, should I tell, hit me. It like made like a feeling go through my body, because that is the same thing I used to feel for years. I used to be like, should I tell somebody? Who should I tell? Like, is they gonna believe me? I don't think they gonna believe me. You know, the same stuff that she's saying, I went through that, you know. And then when I told, I don't know, you know, it wasn't the best decision I ever told, because of my situation. The person is still lurking, you know, around here, but that's another story time. Next is Jeff Ross. My name is Jeff, and I am a 51-year-old truck driver, a father of 5 and 6 grandchildren, and I am a survivor of sexual abuse. My abuser was a family friend / church worker, and years later would be one of my high school teachers. I did not realize at the time, but the life lesson he was teaching this young boy was nothing more than sexual abuse by a pedophile for his own gratification. My nightmare began at 8 years old and continued to age 12 years old. I now understand the clothes, shopping sprees, the vacation trips were a part of the grooming process. to win over my silence. To a young boy whose dad worked 2 full jobs to put his kids in a safe environment of a Christian school and church, after nearly 40 years of carrying this secret and trying to deal with it by burying it, I opened up to a family and friend who believed me, and with their love and support, I began the long road to healing, and nothing I did to do it for me to bring this upon myself. The sad thing for me, though, is that unlike all victims, I have a written and signed confession from my abuser. But it, like him, is worthless because of the Indiana SOL. He knows he cannot be prosecuted for his crime because the time's up for me and my story. If I haven't remained silent for all these years, he will be where he belongs, and maybe there would be less amount of victims in his wake. Remembering silence allows for the victim to continue his abuse. Oh my God, he said, unlike other abusers, he have a confession signed letter. Like, that's crazy. And then he said only because in Indiana the time is up for you to go and try to prosecute somebody that did that to you. So that's like crazy. And then he said another powerful message in there: silence allows the abuser to keep abusing. And that's exactly what happened with me in my situation. So that is crazy. Like, that is crazy. And this is a male. Oh my God, it's crazy. Here we go. Here we got Laura Sally. I was 3. He was 31. He was molesting me. He would come at night into the bedroom I shared with my younger brother, woke me up, take me to another room, and do things that no child should ever have to experience. When I was 4, I told my mother what was happening. I told her, but she chose to believe him. I received the worst beating of my life that day for lying about him. That beating was really worth it, because although I continued to hate him and live in fear, he never molested me again. That man died when I was 10, and the absolute freedom I experienced at his death was pronounced. I did not tell anyone else until I was 16. If I could say one thing to victim, it is this tells, and if the person you tell doesn't believe you, tell someone else. Many adults in my life have said, if you have only told me, keep on telling until you are believed. That's powerful. That's powerful. That was crazy how she said that her mom didn't believe her and she got beat for it, but then he stopped now. He didn't touch her no more. Now that's, at least he learned his lesson. Hopefully he learned it never touch nobody else. And yes, please tell until you are believed. Somebody gonna believe you. Yeah, that's what I had to learn too. Okay, that is the end of the sexual abuse stories that I have reacted to. I wanted to react to more. I'm basically going to come out with some more videos, reacting to different ones. I actually looked at one that was severely long, and I was saying that I might need to just do that one video depending on the length of the story and how in depth they get, because you know it's detailed. You don't want to miss none, because I know if I wanted to tell my story in depth, I would want people to understand the story from the beginning to the end. You know, how I became there, what was going on in my mind, and what was before I got into, you know, being around the abuser, after, you know. I'll be back with some more of those videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe so that you can be notified every time I post a video. If you want to comment below some ideas of some videos you would like for me to react to do a video. But yeah, it's your girl, the baddest, and I'll be back with the bang, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be back tomorrow or the day after that, but maybe tomorrow.
The money rooted evil. Niggas will lay you down for that cash. Bust through your dough, bust through your glass. Put you on the floor, ask me amigos. Bum like Jean, if you speak fucking Creole. Fry ass like Rio, drop it like T.O. Steak ass like Neo, I be going E.O. Never in the trio. Stack your paper up, put it in a cup. No, if you buck, chuck, if you duck. Never know what's up, what's a lion to a cub. Money come and go, better learn when you choke. Don't be a fool, just use your tool. I'm not being friendly, I'm just being cool. I'm like Drake, I'm in my feelings too. I'm about to Harlem shake, I'm about to kill him, ooh. Money in my cup, I'm about to